Hi everyone. I want to welcome you all to another edition of my inspirational advice video. Today happens to be the 29th day of January 2018, and today I'm going to share with you few importance or few reasons why one should give back. Well, on my list here, the first one I have is impact making, and the second one I have is strengthening communities, followed by meeting others, and the fourth one is taking the lead, and the last but not the least is sharing of expertise. Well, there are different reasons people choose to give back. Others choose to give back because it feels great. Others choose to give back to help the less fortunate, while others choose to give back to encourage people. Well, today, first, I'm going to talk on impact making. When we talk about impact making, rather, impact making by making an impact in your society or in the environment, you could volunteer to take on projects like community projects. You could volunteer um 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 to do the cleaning of the community. That is when you have a team, you could spread your team out to volunteer, like cleaning of the communities, working on the communities hand pump, working on talking to the youths in the community, encouraging them. That's another form of impact making. And secondly, we going to talk on strengthening of communities. When we talk about strengthening of communities, one can strengthen his or her community in one way or the other. But in my own way, strengthening of communities, you could help to strengthen your communities by preaching a message of peace. For example, when you have a community where there is always a conflict between the community leaders or the elders in the community, you as an individual, you could volunteer to talk to them. It doesn't matter your age. No matter how young you are, you could talk to older people. Once it is the truth that you are telling them, it doesn't matter. You could strengthen your community in another way, which is as well talking to people, talking to the youths, like I earlier mentioned in impact making. You could talk to people, talk to the community leaders as well. Create that love amongst them. Create the love that you have among the people living in your community. In that way, you could strengthen your community. When we talk about, giving back, it doesn't have to do with like you have to give cash or you have to give time. No. When we talk about giving back, it has so many ways in which one can give back. And the third one is meeting people. You could meet great people out there. You could volunteer by talking to great people. For example, you as an individual, if you have a good intention towards your community, or if you have a good intention towards giving back to kids, and you don't have the support, rather, you could go out, make new friends, meet people, talk to them. Those who are able to help, you could talk to them, create a reason why they should help you. You could meet new people of all kind. It doesn't have to be religious or ethnicity or nationalism. No, you could meet people of all kind that will be able to help you. Meet people, talk to them, and you have to outline some of the important reasons why they have to help you. And the next one we have here is taking the lead. Well, we all know how leadership is very, very hard to deal with. When we talk about leadership, we all know how hard it is to be a leader. Nowadays, we find it very, very, very hard for one to take a leadership. I mean, for one to take a leadership responsibility. It is very, very hard nowadays. Now, here is the fact. For one to become a leader, you have to have certain qualities of leadership. You need certain qualities of leadership in you in order for you to be called a leader, or in order for you to take um, the leadership responsibility. Because being a leader, you have to take all the blames, and you have to be very, 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 very straightforward, because we all know how tough it is to become a leader, right? So once we talk about leadership, you as an individual, if you have an organization like where there is no leader, or like a newly formed organization that is intending to help people, like giving back. For example, you all, sit, and then you all choose to select a leader, or like you ask anyone to volunteer. At times you find it very, very difficult for one to come out and say, okay, I'm going to take the responsibility to be a leader. You find it very, very hard. But in being a leader, you need to have a confidence in yourself, because leading an organization with the intention of helping people, it's a very, very hard one, because you have to find strategies. You have to create strategies among yourselves. You, as the leader, it's like you are the architect. You have to create the plans and then expose it to the other members, and then you guys can work on it as a team. That's why leadership is very, very difficult. But at times it's good to take the responsibility of a leader. And the last but not the least is sharing of expertise. When we talk about sharing of expertise, we talk about sharing of experience. You could share your experience with others. It's another way of giving back as well. Sharing of expertise, you could do it in so many ways. But in this case, sharing of expertise, I would say it has to do with sharing of experience. If you decide to give back, you have to do a lot. As an individual, when you decide to give back, you have to do a lot. You have to share your experience with people in the community, people in the society. You have to share your experience with them. For example, when you are the leader of your team, share the experience you have with them as a leader. Share your leadership experience you have with them. Spread them out in communities. Let them go and share what they got from you as well. It's all part of giving back. Like I said earlier, giving back, it doesn't have a formula, or it doesn't have a formation. You could give back in so many ways. It doesn't have a particular formula. It has a lot of ways in which you could give back. For now, I'm gonna stop here for today, but before leaving, I would like to leave this short message with you. Always remember, as a human being, when you have a purpose driven life, you are a happier person. And I want you to also have it at the back of your mind that you don't have to give back until it feels great for you, because when you are giving back, you have to give back with your whole heart. You have to give back with your whole heart, because if you don't give, if you are giving, or if you are trying to help somebody and you don't help them with your whole heart, although it's going to be useful to them, but it's not going to be useful for you, because you never intended to give back. It's like you are forced to give back. Like some of us, we give back because we like to be seen, or we like to be popular, or we like to be heard. No, giving back doesn't have to be in that form. When you intend to give back, you intend to make a difference, or you intend to make a change on the life of others, or the life of the less fortunate people. Once again, I want to thank you all for taking upon your time to view this video of mine today, and I hope to see you all in the next episode of my inspirational advice video. Mohammed Lamin Samata once again. Thank you all, and you have a blessed week.